Hi, I'm Casey Atwood, and today we are going to be starting our 10-day self-care challenge. So, with this challenge, we are kind of looking at ways that we can better love ourselves. So, today we're going to start with nutrition. So, how can we better take care of ourselves, better love ourselves through the things that we put in our body? Well, we're going to do a quick little recipe, and I included 3 recipes in your module today. But in this recipe I'm going to show you today, we're going to look at how we can add in cruciferous vegetables into our diet. So we're going to be adding in Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, anything kind of in that cruciferous vegetable family. And the reason why is that these types of vegetables from this family, they can produce a very powerful bioactive called sulforaphane. And this sulforaphane has been evidence-based research has shown that the sulforaphane can reduce inflammation, can increase your antioxidants, can help with aging and cardiovascular disease. And it turns on the pathway for a really powerful anti-inflammatory pathway that we have in our bodies called the NRF2 pathway. And so we want to add in more of these vegetables. So that's part of what we're going to be doing is, just kind of looking at ways that we can just better take care of ourselves. So if we can try to get at least 1 serving of a cruciferous vegetable in per day, or maybe a few per week, then that is just that one step further, just taking better love and care of ourselves. So we'll go ahead and get started with the recipe today. So we're doing a shaved Brussels sprout salad. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop up these Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to take the end off the Brussels sprout and take off the pieces that are a little bit brown, so the little tiny little cabbages. And what I can do with this Brussels sprout is I could really just chop it up really finely with my knife. Or I could use something like, I have this little mandolin. It's not really a mandolin, but it's kind of a mandolin that hopefully won't cut yourself. So I have this little mandolin I could use. So I can chop it up like that, or I'm just probably going to do the rest of it with the knife just to kind of show you guys how easy that is. We have just a little bit of leaves left over. We can cut those up. So we want just like a really fine shredded Brussels sprout. So I'm going to have this Brussels sprout salad. It's going to be raw, and I'm going to tell you why we want to have it raw here in just a few minutes. So I'm just going to cut up a few of these Brussels sprouts in here, and then we'll go ahead and add in our other ingredients. So we're going to have some olive oil in there today. We're going to have a little bit of our lemon juice in there today. Got some shaved Brussels sprouts here. So with any of the cruciferous vegetables, we want to try to activate that sulforaphane in these vegetables. So how we do that is it's activated by chewing or cutting. And so we're going to be chewing this eventually, but we're going to activate it by cutting it and letting it sit for a little while. And so just think about that when you are cooking up your broccoli or maybe your kale. Before you cook it, you want to try, and not to say that that still doesn't have health benefits if you're not able to cut it up before you chop it, but if you're able to give it at least about 30-40 minutes to let that sulforaphane really develop in these vegetables, we're going to get the most powerful of that bioactive released in these vegetables. So with that, we will have this cold salad probably a little bit later today. So we want to let it set anyway for a little while. And I have them shaved in my salad here, ready to go. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. So I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil to our dish here. And we know that olive oil is one of those really beneficial anti-inflammatory fats. So we definitely want to include that in our dish. We also are going to add a little bit of lemon juice. So I'm just going to cut up about half a lemon. I'm going to do half a lemon in there. And so we're going to do about 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. We're going to add a little bit of dried unsweetened cranberries to the mix. We're going to either use a pine nut or a walnut. I'm going to use some macadamia nuts today, and I'm going to chop these. I'm just going to add these to the salad, give it a nice little crunch, and then we're also getting those healthy benefits from the nuts as well. So I just want to chop up these nuts, whether it's the pine nuts, whether it's the macadamia nut. These are some raw macadamia nuts I'm using, and the raw pine nuts, you can toast them if you like that kind of toasted. I am going to go ahead and just add them in raw today, but you can add a little bit of toastedness to them if you like that. You can also use a little food processor. I use my NutriBullet a lot to do a quick little pulse to make the nuts a little bit more manageable, because these are going to be big chunks here. We're going to get them down. Okay, we're going to throw in our macadamia nuts in there. It's going to be so delicious. We're also going to add just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. You can add whatever kind of hard cheese that you like, but we're going to just shave a little bit, probably about 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan in here. I'm going to add just a little sprinkle, a little pinch of our salt, and a little bit of pepper here. And we have our shaved Brussels sprout salad. So we want to let this sit in the refrigerator for at least 40 minutes, because we're trying to let that sulforaphane really get started to produce in here. But this will be great chilled all together. This will be great side for dinner tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll go ahead and add a little bit of some fresh chives. I forgot I pulled these out of my garden this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in a little bit of fresh chives here, just right on top of it. Throw in the chives there. Our beautiful shaved Brussels sprout salad for your enjoyment. So I hope you guys take a little bit of time and look through those recipes that I provided for you today. So you guys enjoy the rest of the modules. See you later.